It all started on a lazy Saturday morning when I woke up and realized I was broke. And I don't mean a little tight on money until payday broke. I mean the kind of broke where you open your banking app, stare at the single-digit balance, and just hope for a divine miracle. That's when the idea hit me, like one of those way too energetic motivational YouTube ads. What if I make $1 million today? Sounds completely insane, right? But for some reason, my half-awake, caffeine-deprived brain went, yeah, totally doable. Let's do this. So, I made a cup of coffee, probably the last one I could afford, opened my laptop, and with the confidence of a seasoned billionaire, I typed how to make $1 million in 24 hours into Google. You would be absolutely shocked how many people online claim they've done it. And, surprise, surprise, most of them are selling you an exclusive online course about how they did it. This led me to my first major realization of the day. The real way to make $1 million in 24 hours is probably by selling people a course about how to make $1 million in 24 hours. Brilliant, recursive loop of financial enlightenment. But I didn't have time to create an entire course. I had one day. TikTok. So, I decided to start small, with what I had. I began listing a few things on eBay, my old phone, a pair of barely worn sneakers, and because desperation was really starting to kick in, my actual fridge. My real, working, currently holding my leftover pizza fridge. The ad was a masterpiece of marketing, if I do say so myself. It said, works perfectly. Minor scratches. Comes with free, artisanal ice cubes. I was proud of that last part. A guy messaged me just 5 minutes later. I thought, this is it. My first big sale. He asked, can you deliver? I replied, only if you buy it before midnight. I'm on a mission. He never replied. I guess the urgency scared him off. Probably for the best. I wasn't sure how I'd deliver a fridge anyway. Okay, plan B. Next, I decided to try my hand at trading stocks. I downloaded a flashy trading app, watched exactly 2 YouTube tutorials on how to become a day trading pro, and officially convinced myself I was the next Warren Buffett. I was ready to conquer Wall Street from my living room couch. My first big investment. Shares in a company that made electric scooters for dogs. I mean, it sounded futuristic, right? Dogs on scooters. What could possibly go wrong? Well, by noon, I was down $327. Okay, not great. But every millionaire has setbacks, right? It's just part of the hero's journey. I told myself it was just a small dip before the massive liftoff. I just needed to find the right rocket. Then I remembered crypto. Of course. People make millions with crypto all the time. I thought, picturing myself on a yacht. So I dove headfirst into the digital gold rush. I joined a Discord server full of people with very trustworthy usernames like CryptoKing420 and Lambolid. They were all hyping up a new coin, a revolutionary project that was guaranteed to moon. It was called Moon Hamster. Now, in hindsight, the name should have been a red flag. A giant, flapping, red flag. But in my get-rich-quick frenzy, it sounded promising, maybe. So, I invested. And within an hour, Moon Hamster did not go to the moon. It went in the exact opposite direction. It went down 85%. At this point, I had successfully lost money in 3 different industries without even leaving my chair. I was basically a one-man recession. I was getting really good at losing money, which, you know, is a skill. But I wasn't giving up. A true millionaire never quits. Around 3 p.m., I had what I thought was my most genius idea yet: flipping furniture. I went on Facebook Marketplace, found a coffee table someone was giving away for free, and somehow convinced my good friend Jake to help me pick it up with his truck. The table was, let's just say, vintage, and by vintage, I mean it looked like it had survived 2 world wars and a particularly nasty barbecue accident. Still, I saw potential. I sanded it down, threw on a fresh coat of paint, took some flattering, artsy photos, and listed it online for a cool $200. An hour later, someone offered me $50. I took it immediately. Technically, I'd made money, a $50 profit, minus the cost of gas, sandpaper, paint, and the emotional damage of wrestling a decrepit table into a truck. My net profit was probably negative, but we'll call it a win. By evening, I was running out of ideas and, more importantly, caffeine. My ambition was dwindling. I even considered starting a GoFundMe page with the title, "Help Me Become a Millionaire in a Day," for science. I figured the scientific angle might make it seem less desperate, but I decided that was probably too pathetic, even for me. There are lines one does not cross. Finally, at 10 p.m., just 2 hours away from my deadline, I was staring blankly at my computer screen, completely and utterly defeated. My $1 million dream was fading. And then, an email notification popped up from eBay. My heart started pounding. I jumped up, thinking, no way, someone bought the fridge. My Ice Cubes closed the deal. I clicked the email. Congratulations. Your item has sold. It wasn't the fridge, it was the pair of sneakers, for $30. So, yeah, I didn't make $1 million that day. I didn't even make 1,000. I made about $80 and lost over 300, but I did learn a few valuable lessons. First, get-rich-quick schemes are almost always get-broke-quicker schemes. Second, never, ever invest in anything called Moon Hamster, no matter how many rocket emojis are next to its name. And most importantly, I learned that I am really, really bad at selling fridges. The next morning, I woke up to an empty wallet, a missing pair of shoes, and a brand new life goal: make $1 million. But maybe, just maybe, spread it out over a lifetime this time. It seems a little more realistic. Thanks for watching my journey into financial chaos. If you enjoyed my spectacular failure, don't forget to like this video and hit that subscribe button for more questionable life choices. See you next time.